Hump Day Wednesday. Welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. How y'all doing this evening? Welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. We will be covering today trauma, grief, and loss. Welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. I am glad to have you guys on this Hump Day Wednesday. Our topics today are trauma, grief, and loss. As you all know, I am a wellness practitioner and a trauma coach, etc. If you look in my description, you will see all the things I am certified in. You're welcome to do so. Take a look, okay? It's good to know who you're working with, okay? Who you coming over here supporting, okay? So today, as I stated, the topic is grief, trauma, grief, and loss. So I'm going to give you the definitions of grief and loss. Hit that like button as you're coming in, please. Hit that like button, please. Subscribe to my channel. Help my channel grow. Bless me with you subscribing to my channel, okay? I appreciate you and I value you. You are important to my channel. Grief is the natural, acute emotional and physical response to a significant loss. Loss is the act of losing someone or something, or the state of being deprived. So, I'm going to read to you all something from Maya Angelou. And the title of this is When I Think of DEATH, from Maya Angelou. When I think of DEATH, and of the late, the idea has come with alarming frequency. I seem at peace with the ideal that a day will dawn when I will no longer be amongst the living in this valley of strange humors. I can accept the ideal of my own demise, but I am unable to accept the DEATH of anyone else. I find it impossible to let a friend or a relative go into that country of no return. Disbelief becomes my close compassion, and anger follows in its wake. I answer the heroic question, DEATH. Where is thy sting? With it is here in my heart and mind and memories. That is from Maya Angelou. When I think of DEATH. Hello, everybody. Hit that like button. Welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. So, I'm going to give you a couple things about traumatic grief. What are we discussing this evening? The topics are trauma, grief, and loss. Traumatic grief. Trauma responses block the mourning process. Intrusions, avoidance, dysregulation persist. Client, meaning you, cannot access grief in the presence of trauma. Regret, guilt, shame, and shatter. Trauma is not an event. It's a disruption to the body's, mind's capacity to adapt, thrive, and flourish. Me as your wellness practitioner, trauma coach, I am help you to adapt, thrive, and flourish. So I'm going to read something to you. This is my own words. Grief and loss aren't punishment. They're a chance to grow, to heal, and become the strongest, most compassionate version of yourself. Your story isn't over. It is evolving. So if you're ever at your lowest and you're feeling bad about a loss and you're grieving, remember, your story isn't over. You are evolving, okay? And I want you to know this. When someone is triggering you, allow me to be your safe space. Come on over daily that I am going live. And make sure this is your safe space. This is a safe space with Dr. Lillie. I am your listening ear. So I'm going to give you some more things about grief and loss. Acknowledge the loss. That's important. Create space for your feelings. Understand that grief is a lifelong journey. It's not something that you must just rush through. You can't forever live in that moment, but it is a lifelong journey. Know that there can be joy in life post loss. So I'm going to give you some quotes about grief and loss. And it's even one is from President Joe Biden. Isn't that powerful? One of the grief and loss quotes are from President Joe Biden. But we will get to that last. Quotes about grief and loss validate your feelings and offer comfort. They remind you that mourning is deeply personal and that your pain is a reflection of the love you had. Hit the like button for me, please. Hello, all you beautiful kings and queens in my chat. So I'm going to give you a quote from Jamie Anderson. Grief, I've learned, is really just love, from Jamie Anderson. These are grief and loss quotes. Grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves. That's from Vicki Harrison. No one ever told me that grief felt so much like fear. That is from C.S. Lewis. On healing and living with loss, you all. These are quotes. I'm about to get to the one from President Joe Biden, okay? You will lose someone you can't live without, but they live forever in your broken heart. That is from Anne Lamott. The healing comes from letting there be room for all of this to happen. That is from Pema Chodron. There will come a day when the thought of your lost loved one brings a smile. That is from President Joe Biden. I'm going to read it again. There will come a day when your thought of your lost loved one brings a smile. That is from President Joe Biden. There will come a day when the thought of your lost loved one brings a smile. You ever had that moment you think about someone that you lost and you're grieving and you just smile about it? And the moments you may have been in the kitchen cooking with your mom that's deceased, and you just smile about it because it was an enjoyable moment and a way that you all connected cooking together. So I am going to play an audio for you, and it's going to uplift you, help you move out of that space of trauma into your greater, okay? One moment, please. Thank you all for coming to my live. I truly appreciate it. Hello, Cassie. Hello, Emily. Hello, Astro. How are you doing this evening? Thank you. Just a moment, okay? Please subscribe to my channel. Just a moment. I have something I want to let you all listen to uplift your spirits, okay?
Hope you meet the reason why God didn't let you settle. You find out that he was actually preparing someone who was going to love you so much that it would make you forget what love never was. That he was actually preparing you to receive a love that wasn't going to be hurt by your trauma. That someone was going to love you so much and so deeply, you actually thought maybe 1 Corinthians 13 was real. That it was God being reflected from this person, loving you patiently, kindly, and most importantly, never ending. So yeah, I hope you run into that love. And I hope when you run into it, you love it like you've never been hurt before. Like you've never experienced trauma or pain before. Not because you're silly or stupid, but because you're ready, patient, and prepared.
And that comes from Piece of Deece on YouTube. Give him a follow on YouTube at Piece of Deece, okay? I love that positive message, and it lets you know that your trauma does not control you. You are bigger than your trauma, okay? Just a moment. I'm going to read to you all about trauma and the 5, hold on, just a moment. The 5 trauma-informed practices you can start today. There are 5, okay? So take a listen to this. It says to name what is happening without judging. That means to not judge yourself. It says trauma is often stored in the body and nervous system. When we're constantly rushing, performing, or pushing through, we lose touch with our internal signals, physical, emotional, intuitive. This disconnection, while adapted and often necessary during our medical training, becomes automatic. We learn to ignore hunger, fatigue, fear, even grief, because there's no space to feel them. I am your safe space. Feel safe with me to book a session with me. Take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions, okay? My website link is in my description. You can contact me through my website as well. YouTube has something new. They have direct messages now, DMs, so you can message me there as well. Over time, this detachment doesn't just protect us, it numbs us. And while it may have helped us survive, it blocks our ability to heal, connect, and fully inhabit our lives. To begin healing, we have to slowly relearn how to feel safely, and that starts with noticing. Why this matters? The act of naming your emotions and physical sensations is a trauma-informed way of rebuilding self-awareness. It puts space between you and your reaction. Instead of spiraling into guilt or shutdown, you create a moment of choice. As you all know, I am a trauma-informed coach. So I'm going to read this to you again, okay? The act of naming your emotions and physical sensation is a trauma-informed way of rebuilding self-awareness. Number 2, use grounding to regulate your nervous system. When you're triggered, your brain shifts into survival mode. Fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. This is the 4 F's of trauma response chart. We have been over this chart numerous times. This isn't just a mental reaction, it's a full body state. Your heart races, your breath shortens, your muscles tighten, your thinking narrows. You may feel overwhelmed, shut down, or like you need to escape. These responses are your nervous system doing its job. Try to keep you safe based on past experiences. Trauma is past experiences. Someone may be experiencing trauma now, but trauma is past experiences. But in medicine, we often stay in this state for too long. Grounding techniques offer a way back. They give your body and brain a signal that the danger has passed and it's safe to return to your present. When you get to your present, it is my job as your trauma coach to get you to your future of empowerment. From this place, you can respond with intention instead of reactive, anchored, aware, and in control. Why it matters? Push through overwhelm instead of pausing to regulate. Grounding helps you interrupt this pattern by reconnecting with your body and environment so you can regain a sense of safety. This is a safe space with Dr. Lillie. I am your listening ear. Number 3, rebuild boundaries as acts of self-preservation. This teaches us that boundaries are selfish. We were rewarded for saying yes to everything, for pushing past our limits, for being endless available, even at the expense of our health. We were praised for working through illness, skipping meals, staying late without complaint. And when we tried to protect our time or energy, we were often met with guilt, shame, or subtle judgment. This part is about rebuilding boundaries. So I'm going to give y'all 6 different boundaries. Hold on. Types of boundaries. I'm going to read them to you. Emotional boundary, verbal boundary, time boundaries, material boundaries, physical boundaries, actual boundaries. So I'm going to read from the emotional boundaries, okay? Emotional boundaries, thoughts, feelings, values, beliefs, how much you are willing to share. Verbal, how you allow others to talk to you. What you feel is appropriate to discuss. Time boundaries, limit on energy given to other people. How you manage your time. Just a moment. My hair is getting in my eye. I'm sorry. I apologize. Physical boundaries, personal space, body, privacy. Actual boundaries, because I can't say the actual word, SEXUAL. Actual boundaries, giving consent, actual touch, intimacy, and desires. Material boundaries, giving or lending things, your financials, monetary decisions. Those are the types of boundaries. Okay. One moment. I hope y'all enjoying tonight. How you doing in my chat? Emily says, God will forever be with you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily. He is forever with you and he loves you and I love you, okay? Over time, we internalize the belief that rest is weakness and saying no is letting someone down. But the truth is, boundaries are not selfish. They are essential. They are foundations of trauma recovery. Boundaries are how we tell ourselves and the world, my well being matters too. When we set and honor them, we begin to reclaim agency, rebuild trust with ourselves, and create the space we need to heal. Why it matters? When you hold boundaries, you're telling your nervous system, I'm safe. I'm in control. My needs matter. This builds trust with yourself and protects you from emotional depletion. Number 4, prescribe yourself micro joy. Medical culture often treats joy like a luxury, something to be earned after everything else is done. We're conditioned to believe that rest, pleasure, and play must come second, or not at all, to productivity, patient care, performance, even in our rare downtime. We carry guilt for not doing more. But joy isn't frivolous or indulgent, it's essential. Your happiness is essential. Joy is a biological necessity for a regulated nervous system. It signals safety to the brain and helps us shift our chronic survival mode out of chronic survival mode. Those of you that has been watching me since I started this channel, I spent a huge amount of my life in survival mode. So what it says here, it says signal safety to the brain and help us shift our chronic survival mode. Just a moment. It softens the edges of burnout, reconnects us to our humanity, and reminds us why we're alive, not just what we're here to do. You don't have to wait until the work is done to feel good. You're allowed to feel joy now in small, intentional doses. It can become one of the most powerful tools in your healing, and your healing is imperative. Why it matters. You can't heal in your life only consists of, listen to this carefully. You can't heal if your life only consists of output. Joy helps shift your nervous system out of survival mode and reminds your body that it's safe to feel good again. Joy. Number 5, from the the 5 trauma informed practices. Number 5, practice self compassion over self criticism. Shame is one of trauma's loudest echoes, and it often lives in our inner voice. For many people, that voice sounds eerily familiar. The critical attending, the unforgiving system, the culture that rewarded self sacrifice and perfectionism. It whispers, you're not enough. You should have done more. You're falling behind. Over time, this voice becomes internalized, not just as thoughts, but as your truth. And you cannot allow that because you are enough. We begin to measure our worth by how much we give, how much we achieve, how little we need. But shame is not a motivator, it's a wound. And healing begins when we recognize that this voice isn't actually ours. It's born from a system that never made space for our humanity and never made space for your feelings. Reclaiming our inner narrative with compassion, not criticism. It is a radical act of healing. I'm going to read that again. Reclaiming our inner narrative with compassion, not criticism. It is a radical act of healing. It's how we begin to feel safe with ourselves. Self-compassion is an antidote. Why it matters. When you respond to mistakes, exhaustion, or emotional struggles with kindness rather than criticism, you rewrite your nervous system to feel safe with yourself, a key step in healing from trauma. I'm going to read that again. I must read it again. When you respond to mistakes, exhaustion, emotional struggles with kindness rather than criticism, do not criticize yourself. You rewire your nervous system to feel safe with yourself, a key step in healing from trauma. I am here to help you heal from your trauma. I am here to help you heal from grief and loss. These were the 5 trauma-informed practices that we just went over, okay? How y'all doing tonight? Hit the like button for me, please. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me grow my channel. It means so much to me. Just a moment. As I stated earlier, trauma is not an event. It is a disruption to the body, mind's capacity to adapt, thrive, and flourish. I am here to do what? Help you adapt, thrive, and flourish. Trauma grief. Let's go over that again. Trauma responses block the mourning process. It is natural to mourn after grief and a loss. It is normal to mourn after loss. Intrusions, avoidance, dysregulation persists because of traumatic grief. Clients, meaning you, cannot access grief in the presence of trauma. It's safe to grieve with me. I am your listening ear. Regret, guilt, shame, and shattered. You will feel sometimes because of traumatic grief. Regret, guilt, shame, and shattered feelings. And when it comes to grief and loss aren't punishment. They are a chance to grow, to heal, and become the strongest, most compassionate version of yourself. Your story isn't over, it is evolving. Grief and loss. Be sure to acknowledge your loss. Create space for your feelings. Understand that grief is a lifelong journey. Know that there can be joy in life post loss. In grief, you can actually learn what love really is. Because with grief, there's those memories of your loved one that you lost. And the loss can be a disenfranchised grief, which is it can be a loss of a pet, a loss in a divorce. You could have lost a loved one that you just really cared for. It is okay to grieve. But I'm your listening ear to help you heal. Book a session with me. Take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions, okay? YouTube now has where you can direct message me. Message me and let me know you want to take advantage of the free 15-minute session, okay? Also in my description, my website address. Click on my website link. Look at my website. You can message me. Look at what I offer for services, okay? Just a moment. I'm going to take a sip of water. I hope y'all doing good this evening. Just a moment, everyone. The 3 signs trauma is stuck in your body. Intimacy shut down, locked hips, and neck tension. You ever feel tension in your neck and you feel like it's unexplainable and you don't even realize that you're experiencing it from trauma and that you may just be grieving from a loss? Tension in your neck, intimacy shut down, locked hips. Just a moment. I want to share this with you. If you don't work on your healing, it will show up in these areas. Your reactions to certain events, the quality of your decisions, the way you talk to yourself, your relationship with others, your physical health, your thoughts and feelings, what you can tolerate from others. Just a moment. Okay, reveal, accepted, transform. When you're dealing with trauma, this is the happy side. Love, hope, confidence, joy, inspiration, gratitude, excitement. The sad side of trauma. Because before the trauma, You had the love, hope, confidence, joy, inspiration, gratitude, excitement. Dealing with trauma, stress, anxiety, shame, cries, frustration, sadness. Reveal it, accept it, transform. I am here to help you transform. I am your listening ear. I am here to help you hold that space. Again, take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions. They only offered for a limited time, okay? Just a moment. I have my air conditioner on and the vent is right above my head. I want to share something with y'all. This comes from Isaiah 43:19. Never lose hope. Just when you think it's over, God will make a way for you. Hold on. Hope is a positive thing. Remember, hope is on the good side before the trauma. You want to get back to that. You want to go through that transformation again back to your hope, joy, love, and happiness. I am here to help you heal. Book that session with me. Take advantage of something that's a free offer. You here on YouTube, they have direct message. Message me. The link to my website is in my description. Click on that link. Contact me. Say I want to take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions, okay? I want to say thank you all for coming to my live. Tonight, what did we cover? Trauma, grief, and loss. I am your listening ear. Send me a message that you want to take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions. Or if you think you need longer, book a session with me for longer, okay? And we will discuss it. Thank you all for coming to my live. I appreciate you and I value you. God loves you and I love you. Have an amazing good night. Bye, everybody.